Thank you. A face-to-face meeting today with family members of the Staten Island father who died in police custody and federal prosecutors. Eric Garner's family, along with Reverend Al Sharpton, are pressing for a federal investigation into his death after being put in an apparent chokehold. Eyewitness News reporter Sarah Wallace is here with more on the meeting and what may happen next. Sarah?
Well, Sade and Diana, it is important to note that the meeting was requested by Reverend Sharpton and Garner's family. It was a courtesy, and there is no indication federal officials are starting their own probe at this point. Attorney General Eric Holder issued a statement this afternoon saying the Justice Department is closely monitoring the investigation. Clearly, the pain is still fresh for Eric Garner's family. His wife and oldest daughter cried and hugged as advisor Al Sharpton described the 30-minute meeting with federal officials at the U.S. Attorney's Office in downtown Brooklyn. The family did not speak.
We came this morning to make a formal appeal to the Eastern District from the family to look into federal civil rights charges of the officers and the EMS workers involved in this case.
2 officers and 4 emergency responders have been disciplined in connection with the deadly incident last week on Staten Island. As police tried to arrest Garner for selling illegal cigarettes, this cell phone video shows an escalating confrontation, with one cop putting Garner in an apparent chokehold. He repeatedly pleads, "I can't breathe."
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. There can be no doubt that at some point in 11 cries of "I can't breathe," that intent is established.
Cell phone video shows Garner lying on the sidewalk, apparently without medical treatment for several minutes. He died on the way to the hospital. But former federal prosecutor David Schwartz, now a defense attorney, says there is no reason to think the feds will do anything but monitor the ongoing investigation by the Staten Island District Attorney's Office for now.
The feds could bring civil rights charges. However, the way this works is the state, it's in the Staten Island DA's hands right now. They're going to decide whether or not there should be charges brought, and the feds are going to keep an eye on this case.
So the feds normally don't just take over a case?
They don't just jump in and take over the case. They don't extract the case from the Staten Island DA, no.
There is not a specific time frame. It is all a process. Witnesses have to be interviewed, all that video reviewed. At some point, the DA will decide whether or not to convene a grand jury to consider possible criminal charges. Diana?
Sarah, the apparent excessive use of force, not the only issue being raised in the death of Eric Garner. Garner was allegedly selling loose cigarettes illegally when police approached him, and some now say the way the police handle petty crimes needs to be changed.
This area